So I just got off a Zoom with a developer, and I thought that this could be some real value for you guys if you're looking at developing your own property or building for your home. There was a couple of things that I really noticed when he sent me through the plans, and let me be clear, he sent me through the plans to analyze it and add a huge amount of value to the property, and that's what we've achieved. So this is before we've even broken ground. So there were a couple of problems I saw. In Unit 1 on the left-hand side, which is the smaller of the two, the WC was quite large, which is great for a powder room downstairs, but it's not great if you can see the toilet from the dining room if the door's left open. So I hated that. I also thought that there was a lot of unused space in this entry area too that we could make better use of. In Unit 2, which is the larger of the developments, it's a 4-bedroom, 2 living. The kitchen for me was a huge problem. For what is quite a large premises, the kitchen was really nooky and tiny and old-fashioned. The other problem or opportunity I saw was with this downstairs study area and the powder room. So I'll show you how I changed these spaces. So on the left-hand side, you can now see that WC, I angled the wall and moved the toilet so that it hides the toilet if the door is open. It just looks like this beautiful powder room that I put a feature light in or something like that. And then angling it also gave us the opportunity to use this lost space in the entry for a study nook, which I would do behind cupboards, and the door would open and then slide back in. So you can leave it open, or if you had guests over, it can be closed off if it's a messy space. This is great because although it's got the breakfast bench kitchen in that area, there was no real place for phones to charge, laptops, anything like that. So if you're working from home, which a lot of people are at the moment, this was a real issue. On the right-hand side, I moved the garage door and I just opened this kitchen right up by adding a breakfast bench, which adds a second eating area, which really adds value. And then also the study, I put a bed in there to show that it could hold a bed, did the built-in robes either side, and made this bathroom a two-way. So just looking at the two next to each other, you can see how we've really added value. We now have an ensuite bedroom downstairs, which is great if someone older is buying it. We've opened up the kitchen right up, and on the left-hand side, we've really maximized the space by adding that little study nook and a nicer WC. Upstairs, there was couple of problem areas. This I just saw more as an opportunity. There's only one ensuite bedroom in this property, and I thought by working with this, we could potentially make it a 2 ensuite. We add $30,000 instantly by just adding a door into another bedroom. And then on the right-hand side, there are a couple of things that bothered me. One, when you came up into this rumpus, it was very small, and it really looked like you were just going into this little alcove, which I didn't like. Then also the master bedroom, I just realized was not the biggest room upstairs, bed 3 was, but also it went out onto this balcony, which I thought could be used better off the rumpus to make it look larger. And then I just felt like the vanities were really tiny. The ensuite didn't look very luxurious. It was quite tight. And there was this tiny linen cupboard. So this is what we did with this one. So on the left-hand side, I just rejigged the bathroom so that we could put a cavity slider into bed 2, which meant you now have 2 ensuite bathrooms in that premises, adding $30,000 instantly by adding that door. On the right-hand side, there was a lot more rejigging to do. I moved the master up to the front, which allowed for it to be much larger, and now the largest bedroom in there without having to cut down the size of the other rooms. They're still really great, generous 3x3s, and they all have queen beds in there. We also have the walk-in robe now for the master and a double shower, which I think just makes this master so much more luxurious and probably adds about $50,000 value easily. Then moving the bathroom down to the front of the building meant that we could open up the rumpus onto that balcony area. So it's going to make this lounge room look a lot larger. And then all the bedrooms still have great built-ins. So this is the side-by-side. You can see how we've really shifted that unit one side to make that value in the bathroom, and really rejigged that right hand side unit too. I then just put together some mood boards for style direction, exterior palette, interior palette, and then just told them sort of what they could do if they wanted us to do their full selection. All in all, I think this was a great outcome, and it really probably added about $250,000 to $300,000, and they have not even broken ground yet. So just remember, when you're building or renovating, it's an exciting time, but don't get bogged down by choice, overwhelmed with decisions, or below your budget and timeline. Learn to love the process and appreciate each stage, because this is a real opportunity to get the most out of your build and step into your future with joy.